Know where you at? We in the trend out.
Trap.
Let's get it.
Trap.
Shout out to everybody in the chat box rocking with me. Shout out to Fish82. Shout out to Troy Dudley. Shout out to Jameson Taylor in the building. I don't know if I ever done seen Fish82, but you know how we do, man. But let's let this thing build on up in the trap, man. How y'all doing this morning? Let's get it. Let's get it. You know they gonna hate on that mighty star. You already know this. Let this room build up. Let's get it. Let's go.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. I just blew a bag,
What's happening? See Burleson in the building. Shout out to Jeff from SoCal in the building. Let's go.
I know that they mad,
It's Eagle Week, baby.
just let them hate.
You finna smoke on that Eagles
That
pack.
would make them hate.
Yeah,
And we
it's
just
like
get
that.
K and they just in the way.
Yeah,
That would make
let's
them
go.
hate. That would make them
Y'all hit that like and share button for your boy. Let's get this trap jumping now. Let's go. Yeah,
Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
let's go.
You ain't in
Shout
on
out
the
to
team,
Kai
just a
001 in the
ball
building.
boy.
Let's get it.
Used to rock knockout, but it's real now.
Yeah.
I probably average your career.
Let's go.
One day hating on it, probably wanna kill.
Yeah.
When they got our own band, we hollin' a deal.
Yeah.
Long live CEO, CIP the dollar.
Shout out to Thomas A. Garrett and Jr. in the building.
Made
Let's
me go
go.
harder, they turn me to a monster.
Let's turn up.
I'm
It's
focused
Eagle
on the
Week.
comma. I'ma run up them comma, for the summer,
Let's
run
get
up them numbers, yeah. I know that they hate the way it go ball, man. Rockin' all this ball, man. Street made on the chain.
Let's go. Hit that like and share button for the squad. It won't charge the card. Shout out to T Smooth in the building. Shout out to Mick in the building. Shout out to Jessica Handler in the building. Let's go.
That would make them
Yeah.
hate. That would make them hate. And we just get K and they just in the way. That would make
Let's
them
get
hate.
it.
That would make them hate. Cause we just get K and they just in the way.
Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know where to go. If you want to hear some of that real Cowboy talk, you already know what's happening with the splitting heart in the building. What's happening? Okay. If you don't know, if this is your first time here with us in the Trend Out, I go by Landlord from Alabama. What's happening? And it is Eagles week, and I am very ecstatic about it. I heard some bad news over in the past 24 hours saying that Jalen Hurts wasn't going to play. I was very sad. But by the grace of God, they saying he will play. Let's get it. I don't want no excuses. This is personal for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Bama fan. This is a little personal for me. I don't want no excuses from these Eagle Bird turds. I don't want no excuses from them. I'm telling you right now. I want all the smoke. And I just reevaluated this whole Eagles team against the Chicago Bears, and I like everything I seen. I am very entertained, sir. They in for a rude awakening. That's what I'm going to tell you. Now, I know a lot of my peers in Cowboy Nation been giving them a little credit. They deserve credit because they are a good team. But when I tell you, when I diagnosed the film, when I evaluated Mr. Jalen Hurts, I seen some things that's very vulnerable. That's what I seen. I seen some things that my Cowboys could take advantage of. So, to each his own. But, man, I just watched that whole entire Bears game, and I watched every throw, every play, every rush, every run. I watched every single thing. I evaluated it really, really closely. And when I tell you, Jalen Hurts pretty much doing some of the same things that I was worried about now. I'm telling you. See, this is why I don't listen to other people. I trust my own evaluation because I'm not afraid to be wrong. If I'm going to go down in the ship, it's going to be by my means. It's going to be my fault. I'm not going to follow somebody and be led astray. I'd rather say, okay, I did this to myself and I would be wrong. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. This man, the whole mainstream media, everybody in the world, everybody in the galaxy, sitting up here dogging out my quarterback because he made 2 interceptions. And when I look back at that Jalen Hurts tape, when I tell you, sir, he had 2 of the terrible, the most god-awful, horrific interceptions that you can throw. But ain't nobody holding him accountable. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. They just brown nosing this man all day. Shout out to James Simmons. Shout out to Johnny Herrera. Shout out to Roberto. I can't pronounce that. Shout out to you, though. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Mr. Know-It-All Reactions in the building. What's happening? What's happening? You know we in the trend now. Let's go. I want all the smoke today, y'all. I want all the smoke today, y'all. I'm going to tell you that right now, man, because I've been waiting on this. These the bullets that I had in the clip, and I just been waiting on, y'all. I've been waiting on these bullets right here. Like, I literally been loaded them up. I got names on them. I got Jalen Hurts on it. I got AJ Brown on it. I got Devontae Smith on it. I got these bullets with names on them because I'm ready to shoot some shots today. I'm sorry. I've been sick and tired of all this Eagle mess all year. It's time to put this to a screaming halt now. I'm sick of it, y'all. Let's get it. Ain't nobody talking about these two god-awful, horrific interceptions that I just seen Jalen Hurts throw with my own eyes. Nobody else got a problem with that, huh? But y'all want to dog out Dak with these, with one of the interceptions was on Dak, but the other one was completely 1,000% Noah Brown, y'all. So, but the only story you hear in the national media is Dak throwing interceptions. Like, I hate the narrative that they try to paint around Dak Prescott. And I am a big Dak Prescott fan, but this is not about that. It's about the misleading narratives that the mainstream want to put out there, y'all. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? I know Hurts is having a good year. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to you. Give him a little smile clap. All right, that's enough. I don't want to do too much. But look, you get a smile golf clap for your little season now. But what I'm going to say is, If you got that energy about Dak Prescott, if you got that energy about the Cowboys, have the same energy when it go the other ways. And we know that's not what they do. That's why I don't fool around with the mainstream media. I'm sorry. I'm good on that. I don't want nothing to do with them because that ain't right. They gonna give you information without context. That's misleading right there. That's misleading information right there, y'all. Y'all know that. That's not right. If I tell you, hey, if I tell you one thing and then withhold other information, that's me being real nefarious right there. That's nefarious for you to be withholding information when you trying to sway the people's beliefs and thoughts in a narrative. That's real nefarious of you for not to be telling the whole truth. Don't just tell some of the truth, trying to paint a picture on my quarterback. You understand? I see these wide receivers dropping footballs everywhere. I see these wide receivers dropping touchdowns. I see these tight ends dropping touchdowns. I see a lot of foolishness going on, but everybody want to point the finger at young Ryan Dakota. Do he deserve some blame? Yes, he does. But when I tell you this wide receiving core is lacking, and I said it yesterday, I said it the other day, Noah Brown is a body catcher, man. I just watched all the film, bro, and it's really... You know, he's a good player. Not to say that you can never catch the ball with your hands. That is not what I'm saying. When I say you are a body catcher, that means you use your body to catch the football far too often. The ball should never go past. Think about catching the ball with your body. It's going past your hands. This is common sense stuff here, y'all. If you let the ball come to your chest, that means it passed by your hands. What was your hands doing, sir? What was your hands doing? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is common sense stuff. This is what I be talking about. You fans, y'all Cowboy fans, y'all done seen this y'all whole life. Y'all been real deal Cowboy fans. It don't take a genius to see some of this stuff. Use your brain. If they throw you the football and it reaches your chest, it automatically pass your hands. That is a problem, sir. That is a problem. That is a problem. And I love the fact that he had a productive day, but I promise you, I challenge anybody in this chat box, in this community, anybody who's taking up for Noah Brown, because I know he had a good day. But if anybody want to challenge me on that, man, I'm ready to challenge. I would challenge you to a duel. That boy Noah Brown was catching the ball straight chest all game. Even the touchdowns he was catching, body catches. Go back and look. If you sit up there and lead with your chest, bro, you letting the ball pass by your hands. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But that is the reason why you hear all this OBJ chatter. That's the reason why you see us signing T.Y. Hilton in the building. It's because we know that we are lacking at the wide receiver position, man. It is what it is. But everybody got their finger pointed at young Ryan Dakota. That's what I don't like. You took away his best receiver he had on with him with Amari Cooper. And then now you got him with some people who ain't even up to par. And all they want to do is dog that. But this is not about that. We talking about the Eagles' narratives, how they just masked Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I'm telling you, go back. I challenge you. Go back and watch some of them 2 interceptions he threw against the Bears. Neither one of them was like smart interception. They were just real stupid. And like, honest to God, just bad decisions, bad throws. And he had several of them. Shout out to Kai 001, man. I'm in a rant right now, sir. I appreciate you, sir, for the $4.99 for your mind. I appreciate it. He says Dak Prescott is tied for the most INTs with 6 on plays that weren't deemed turnover-worthy plays, meaning they weren't his fault by PFF. We know that we can't 100% trust PFF. You know what I'm saying? But that's very telling right there, people. That's very telling. You mean to tell me Dak putting the ball in the perfect area, he putting the ball in the receiver's hands, and it shouldn't be intercepted, but that's what's going on, y'all. That says a lot. And we sit up here and think the front office and the other people crazy because they saying we need wide receiver help. Do y'all see? It looks like we do, y'all. Shit. It looks like we do to me. Hey, and then I love what I seen from T.Y. Hilton too. T.Y. Hilton came in and he had an interview yesterday. He said, if you think you ain't gonna be able to respect my speed, he said, you must be crazy. I said, yes, sir. Let's go. T.Y. said he coming to play. He said, you gonna respect my mind, sir. That's what he said. I love to see that. Hey, a lot of people coming up in here thinking that T.Y. just gonna be a active body. No, sir. T.Y. said, I still can run and you still gonna respect me. So this is all I'm saying, man. That right there is very telling that this front office sees we are deficient at wide receiver. And it is a problem with this offense. And I told you the other day that Kellen Moore's scheme looked like he cannot function without a great wide receiving core. Shout out to Kim in the building. Shout out to Marcus in the building. T Smooth in the building. Ultra Cowboy Christian in the building. Truth Only in the building. We need this try around the corner this morning, y'all. We speaking number facts in the trend out. We going hard at it today. We going hard today. Y'all, Mr. King, I need that rent today because we been living rent free in the Eagles' heads, and that's all they been talking about. You see, I don't know how true that report is, but they got a report saying that the Eagles organization sent the Jaguars organization some food or something because they beat us. Like, I don't know. Somebody go fact check that. Because if they doing it like that, that let you know what's happening. That let you know we living rent free over there. You know what I'm saying? They know what's happening. And one thing I do want to say, do not let these crazy Eagle fans trick you talking about this game don't mean that. They saying that just because they know we probably finna beat the stank out of them. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. Y'all don't let these people sway y'all the wrong way. Shout out to Jazzy Jeff in the building. I know you a 90s baby. I know you a 90s baby. Or an 80s baby with the Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince thing. I see you. I get you. But look, don't let the Eagles fan trick you talking about something this game don't matter to us. Or we just gonna sit our starters and all that woofing. They know that they finna come meet they maker. They finna get that deal thrown at them right now. That's what they know. Do not sit up here and let them people trick you. Oh, this game don't matter to us. But y'all paying for people food because they beat us. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, sir. Yeah, I know. I feel you, Jazzy Jeff. You know what I'm saying? But don't fall for that. This is going to be a big-time game for both sides. If they sit up there, because look, if you're a real sportsman, if you're a real competitor, you know for a fact when y'all beat Cooper Rush, that was not legitimate. That was not the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. That was not the Dallas Cowboys. And as much as Dak been beating the wheels off of y'all, I know y'all want some get back. I know y'all want to spin on young Ryan Dakota. So don't come around here trying to act like it don't mean that when you know it do. That's all I'm saying. Good grief. Don't come around here trying to act like it didn't mean that. But look, I'm going to talk about this Jalen Hurts-led offense that's been doing pretty good. They been balling. I got to give them a little props. I got to. But when I tell you, I seen a quarterback that was making some pinpoint accurate throws from time to time, and then I still seen glimpses from that quarterback from Bama that I knew so well, that I very much so disliked, that almost lost me 2 championships. I seen both of them guys in this game against the Bears. I really did. I seen him throwing one-hoppers out there. I seen him overthrowing people. I seen him throwing the ball behind people. And you got to think, he's been getting away with murder against some of these defenses who not ball hawks. But you know, we got 2 of them on our team right now, whether you knew it or not. We got 2 ball hawks over here up in Cowboy Nation. We got Trey Diggs and we got Deron Bland, anything but, you understand me? So go ahead and be throwing the ball behind, 5 yards behind players and one-hoppers and stuff. Then Malik Hooker back there can catch some interceptions. When I tell you, y'all gotta look, I see some advantages. I'm almost willing to guarantee that if Trayvon follow A.J. Brown, he might get 2 interceptions, y'all. Watch what I tell you. Y'all gonna say Landlord said this. If Trayvon Diggs trail A.J. Brown, not Anthony Brown, A.J. Brown, he gonna get at least one interception, maybe 2. No lie. Because I see this. Like, Jalen Hurts is making some accurate throws. That was my biggest knock on him. So he has improved. But it's not at a consistent level right now. It's just not. And I don't know. That was my knock on him. I didn't think it ever would be. But he's got better, though. I have to give him his props. But now we got people saying he's better than Dak and better than this quarterback and better than this quarterback. And y'all ain't even seen this man perform over time yet. You ain't even seen him be consistent yet. Like, teams ain't even got a full year of tape on Jalen Hurts yet. Know what I'm saying? Maybe over the 2 years, but after this year, you will have a full season of Jalen Hurts. That's when the questions start coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people up here talking about he better than this and better than that. We ain't even seen consistency yet. Like, what I see out of Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback that is surrounded by an even better team. That's all I see. That's what I see. And if you take the running element away from Jalen Hurts, they are doomed. And that's another thing I see. Like, they make up a lot of ground with the run game and the run attack over there. That's what I see from Jalen Hurts. And he's a good quarterback, but he's not as great as what they saying he is. That's my point. If you take that RPO and that option and stuff like that away from Jalen Hurts and you contain Miles Sanders, they going to got, man. They said Hurts is not going to play. I just heard they said he is going to play. They said that this morning. Is this even more recent news or something? Let me know. They said Garner is going to need another job, maybe a machine. After this game, Jalen isn't playing Saturday. They must have just changed it because I heard people saying he playing. So let me know because I want him to play. I want him to play. I don't want to play around with this team because that's what they want to do. I don't want the Cowboys to come in here all lax and stuff like that. No, I want them to come in here ready to play Jalen Hurts. T Smooth says 50-50. And Jeff SoCal said, I was going by yesterday's news. Yeah, Jeff from SoCal. They been saying today that he's going to play. They said Nick Sirianni said he playing. So I don't know. I think they said Jalen said he playing too. Thomas A. Gurr said Hurts is out. Like, man, let me know what's going on now. I just did this research now. They said sprained shoulder is going to turn into a shoulder injury. Yeah, it is. We need to draft for Jalen Watt. He is a Bama daddy. Yeah. See, I'm sitting up here trying to see, cause the last piece of like news that I seen, he was playing. They said his coach said he was playing. They said Hurts not out. I heard he may play. So it's in. They want us to be trying to see if he gonna play or he not gonna play. We need to prepare for both quarterbacks, so they won't try to pull the wool over our eyes like they did with the Texans. Shout out to Cajun Cowboy, Turner Dynasty in the building. Tony Simmons in the building. What's happening? But I ain't gonna lie though. I really, really like this matchup with Trayvon Diggs and A.J. Brown, because A.J. Brown is a great receiver, but people fail to realize that Trey is a great cornerback. Not a good one. Trey is a great cornerback, y'all. He is an all-pro. So put some respect on Trayvon Diggs' name when I tell you, if Dan Quinn let this man travel, A.J. Brown is going to have a rough day. Now, the routes that I see A.J. Brown beating Trey on is some slants. He probably can get a couple slants. But if Jalen think he finna go deep, throwing deep balls like he been doing, Trey gonna get him one. Watch what I tell you. Yeah, Jeff from SoCal, big physical receivers, that's Trey's specialty. That's his wheelhouse right there. Now you get a quick twitchy dude, like I'd be more concerned about Scary Terry more than A.J. Brown against Trayvon Diggs. That's just me. He struggled more with them little quick twitchy receivers. Like A.J. Brown is gonna be a good matchup for him. When I tell you, I feel like if we make him travel, Diggs gonna lock him up. But the one biggest concern is, though, I ain't gonna lie, the biggest concern is Devontae Smith, in my opinion, because I'm not sure about that wide receiver 2 position. I'm not sure if we gonna put Bland on him. If we put Bland on him, I like that. I think Bland can match up well with him. I think Bland physical enough. I don't know if Nation gonna be able to keep up with him. Smith a fast dude, and he's so slim and flimsy. I don't know how he getting away with even running routes. Like, people should be getting hands on Devontae Smith, y'all. This dude about 100 pounds soaking wet. Like, bro, when I was a young wide receiver, y'all, you gotta think, when I was in 9th grade, you know, it's some cornerbacks that's on the team like in the 12th. So it wasn't even fair. Like, that was a hurdle I had to get over. Like, bro, them boys grown, they almost grown men. It was hard to get off the line as a young wide receiver if they jam you. Know what I'm saying? If they put them hands on you, this almost a grown man. And I'm a 9th grader. I'm fresh out the 8th grade. Them boys put hands on me. I had to learn how to get off the jam. So Devontae Smith being that little of a player, they need to put some hands on that boy. Like, but I think KJ might be the more physical cornerback out of them 3. Know what I'm saying? To a fault, he gets some penalties off of it, but maybe Nation can be physical with him though. Nation, we need somebody to put some hands on him. Like, but one thing I don't want this team to do this week, I've been noticing that we've been way, way too aggressive at the cornerback position. Like, when we was playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, tell me why you trying to jump a little in route and get beat deep, Kelvin Joseph. Like, and that's not just on Kelvin Joseph. You got to think that's on Dan Quinn too, and Al Harris. Like, what kind of mentality are you letting them play with? Cause like we got a big lead. Why are they so aggressive on a little short route? You supposed to be protecting deep routes at all costs. Know what I'm saying? You sit up and get beat on a double move, that's on coaching too. Don't just blame Kelvin Joseph. Ain't no way your DB supposed to be giving up a deep route in that situation. And then Kelvin Joseph, a word to the wise, sir. If you know this young man got you beat deep on that, man, you better tackle that boy to the ground. Don't give up the touchdown, sir. Tackle that man to the ground. Kelvin Joseph just let him run clean past him, man. You got to tackle that boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to tackle him. Yeah, like that. Full-blown tackle, like to the ground. If you getting beat like that, bro, and you shouldn't have been so aggressive. But I tried to figure out on film why was these DBs super aggressive like this. But I think the reasoning is because they used to being super aggressive because our line's so good. Our defensive line usually gets some good pressure. But when that's not happening, now you overly aggressive and giving the quarterback more time to make deep plays, and now you in trouble. So maybe they getting trained to be aggressive on them short routes, expecting the defensive line to get home way quicker. But when that's not happening, we just super vulnerable, y'all. We need to do something about that. So this game right here in particular, if Jalen Hurts is the starter, our DBs need to be a lot more conservative in the way that they play these wide receivers, because Jalen Hurts can extend the play. And while you up here jumping on normal little short routes, they can get you beat deep. Now, I'm not sitting up here talking about I'm afraid of these boys, but what I am saying is I don't want these boys to get nothing easy or cheap. I don't want them to get nothing cheap or easy. That's how you let them win this game. Don't get them boys nothing cheap or easy. And that double move touchdown was cheap and easy. That's what I don't want to give them. I don't want them boys to be able to get away with murder like that now. So that's why I said protect the deep route. Give up underneath routes all day long if that's the case. We're not trying to get beat deep. Do not give this team no easy outs. If they want to drive methodical, then we can let them drive methodical. We'll make them make a mistake after all them plays. This is common sense football. Know what I'm saying? You supposed to protect the big play at all costs. But tell me why we wasn't protecting the big play up 10 points. That's on your DC now. We love Dan Quinn to death now, but how you giving up big plays in a situation like that? Like they said, situational football, we've been sucking at that the past couple weeks now. We got to get better with that. So this is common sense. Ain't no way you going to sit up here and tell me your DB's trying to jump little hitch routes and stuff. Now, it could be on Kelvin Joseph just trying to, so anxious trying to prove himself now. That could have been on him and he just did what he wanted to do. So, and it could be because that might explain why they sat him so quick. You know what I'm saying? They sure enough sat him real quick. So he might have did go on go haywire and do what he wanted to do. So, but I know this defense is aggressive like that though. You know what I'm saying? They want to be aggressive like that as well. So we need to realize if this defensive line not getting home like they have been doing all year, y'all need to be a little more conservative. You know what I'm saying? Set some traps for Jalen Hurts when he want to do all this running around and scrambling. Set some traps for him. Dan Quinn, this might not be the week you want to do all these stunts on the defensive line. You might need to make sure them boys got some gap responsibilities in order. Don't let these boys just cut loose like that. Like, if you give Jalen Hurts a lane, he gonna take it. He's not shy at all about running the ball. That's really what he want to do. I'm tell you that now. He's not shy with running the football. And like I said, man, this is an old foe for me. Like, I've been knowing Jalen Hurts. I've been watching his film. He been let me down. That's why I kind of got a small personal vendetta with the man. But when we played him with the Cowboys, it kind of basically answered all my questions. He never made me think differently about him. Think about what we did to him when we had Dak on the field. Last year. We destroyed them boys. And Cooper Rush gave him 3 interceptions last game. So, I'm not concerned about this team. I am concerned about Devontae Smith now. He is concerning. If we let him get off, this could be a long game for us. Let me read some of these comments. Okay. Eternal Dynasty said, I heard KJ locked down Smith in college. He did. At Kentucky. He got a pick on I can't remember which quarterback it was for Bama. I don't know if it was Mac Jones or Tua, but he got a pick off the quarterback that game. He did a good job against Devontae Smith. So that's what I'm saying. Are you willing to give him a shot at it this week? Because that's a familiar foe with him too. he really did a good job against Devontae Smith in college. I went back and watched all the reps they did against each other. Greg Turner said, "What's up, landlord from Alaska?" Good grief. It's cold in Birmingham, Alabama. I know it's frigid out there. Let me know the degrees, Greg. Every time you come in here, I'm kind of interested in how cold it is out there. Jeffrey Smith says, "I hope he plays. I pray we win. That way the talking Eagles fans can shut up and have some humble pie." Yeah, I'm ready to serve them up that humble pie as well. Me too. Ultra Cowboy Christian says, "Play the most physical cornerback on Smith." That's why I said, but y'all hate Kelvin Joseph right now. Kelvin Joseph probably the most physical cornerback outside of these we have. Believe it or not, but he be a little physical to a fault. Shout out to Miss Sheila in the building. He be physical to a fault though. Like he might get to grabbing and get to pulling too much. Know what I'm saying? So that's a conversation. I would like to see what y'all think about it though. Know what I'm saying? I mean, even though he gave up plays, he got burnt. He did. But I think they pulling the leash too quick on Kelvin Joseph. I'm just be real with y'all. I think his reputation preceding him, which is his fault. But I think his reputation is preceding him. I think the rap stuff don't help him. I think all of that combined and him and his blunders out there on the field is not helping him at all. That's what's causing people to just pull him that early. Because, man, we done seen young players make mistakes, like, all the time. We dealt with Anthony Brown for 6 years. Like, I don't care what nobody says. We dealt with Anthony Brown for 6 years, and then we pull Kelvin Joseph after 2-3 games, like 2 games. Like, come on now. That right there let you know that, they got a short leash on him because of his reputation is preceding him. Brian Gaines, shout out to you. He said Diggs ain't physical though. Bland is. Diggs is physical now. That's what Diggs do against big receivers, sir. Diggs get physical now. And he a tackler. So, I mean, I love Diggs against big receivers. Know what I'm saying? Like, big receivers is his specialty. Why you think he locked up Mike Evans? Why you think he locked up Chase and Jefferson? All them receivers with a little size, Diggs get busy with them. What? No. Wait. That's why he got busy with all them big receivers. Like, it don't matter. That's why I said Terry McLaurin is the one that's like that concerning, in my opinion. When you talk about a small, twitchy, quick wide receiver, that's what Diggs struggle with. Receivers with short area quickness and stuff like that. That's when Diggs is like, you know what I'm saying? That's when he's vulnerable. He said he is good keeping up with them, but he isn't physical at the line. I don't know. I know it depends on what you call physical and what I call physical. Because, we talking about DBs here. Come on now. Forgive me. I'm a wide receiver, so, a DB probably my arch enemy now. So, but it's different levels of physicality when we talking about positions. So, if a DB is willing to jam and willing to make tackles in the backfield and try his best to tackle running backs and stuff, that's a physical DB. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, the physicality that you expect from a DB and a linebacker, them two different things. Know what I'm saying? So let me know, is we on the same page with that? Like, we need at least a middle ground to meet. Dino says, I would have Diggs on Smith and double Brown. That's a good plan, though, sir. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good plan. I like that. Roll Malik Hooker wherever A.J. Brown is. If we do that, that's smart, too. And then J-Run can man up with Goddard or whoever they tight end is. Goddard out, right? I think Goddard's still out. Whoever they tight end, J-Run can man up with him. I ain't even worried about that. So that's a good plan down there. I wouldn't mind that. But I kind of want to see A.J. versus Diggs, though, too, though. I ain't gonna lie. Just me being selfish. I want to see A.J. versus Trey, though. Oh, so they say Goddard back. I like KJ against Goddard. So doubling AJ Brown and singling up with Trey and Devontae, sign me up for that. Trey done locked them up already before too. Micah said, nah, Goddard was activated. Oh, okay, yeah. So he ready. So I like J-Run against Goddard. J-Run locked up, killed her before. So what I'm worried about Dallas Goddard for. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the areas that Jalen Hurts like to run, though. He like to run them slants with A.J. Brown. He like to work the middle of the field with Dallas Goddard, you know. And Goddard was out against the Bears, so that might be one of the problems what messed him up so much that had him throwing these foolish interceptions. So I did look at his most recent tape, so I do want to say that. But I wouldn't mind seeing J-Run match up with Dallas Goddard. I don't think it'll be a big deal. I don't think he'll be the reason they win. I know that much. Brian Gaines said, I love this game, and I might be wrong. I just seen him as a tall corner with good footwork and great ball skills. I never seen him press too heavy on the line. I have to watch tape more on him. Yeah, he'll get physical with you. But for some reason, it seems like these days they don't ask corners to like really jam no more. I guess they so scared of the speed from these receivers that, you know, jamming is dangerous if you can't keep up with the speed. So, but they still bringing them real close to the line, so it makes no sense to me. I don't know. If y'all know more about the way they training these DBs in the league, let me know. Because it defeats the purpose if you playing man, press man. If you in press man position without getting a jam, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, what you doing press man position for if you ain't getting a jam? You putting yourself at a disadvantage. Like, that's you putting yourself in an automatic disadvantage. Like, you might as well play off if that's the case. Like, play out 5 yards if that's the case, if you ask me. Like, if y'all know a little bit more about the way the DB's moving in the league right now, let me know. Because I don't think it makes sense at all. Shout out to Larry Lynch Sr. in the building. What's happening? I don't think that's smart the way they coaching up DBs these days. So, you know, Trey does get hands on them. If you go watch my last film session, Brian Gaines, I did on who that was? It was on KJ. But I had to talk about Trayvon Diggs because he was doing an outstanding job down there. So if you go back and look at that film session, you'll be able to see Trayvon Diggs doing basically everything I'm saying. Shout out to Gina Chase in the building. What's happening? We in the trend app. You already know. We in the trap. Yeah, we in here. It's Eagles week and we ready to beat them boys to sleep. You already know. Dano says Goddard had a big game against the Jets last year when Minshew played, so he's going to be a factor. They saying that Jalen playing. It's so many unknowns about this game. They saying Jalen playing or not. What is he doing? What is he doing now? We need to find out. Joe Gonzalez in the building. What's happening? She said, hey, Landlord, and everyone in the trend app. Sorry I'm late. Hey, you know, I'm late too. You know, Landlord got an off day, so we in the building. Shout out to the Shout Goat True Vibes in the building. Shout out to Micah H in the building. Dano, I don't know if I ever seen you, man, but I appreciate you coming through, stopping by in the trend app. Yo, Fast T Smooth, J Run and locked up Kelsey too. So I'm not worried about no Dallas Goddard now. I ain't saying he gonna blanket them or shut them out, but in my opinion, then J Run back healthy too. So I don't see him just being the reason they win. Like, no, J Run gonna do a good job on him. Yeah, J Run gonna do a good job on him. Oh, you say it's the first time in the show. You know, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming through. But Kai said Diggs not a big corner. How you figure that? Diggs about 6'2". Diggs a very big corner. Corners don't typically have too much height. So what you mean by big corner? Diggs is a very big corner. Most corners be from the range of what? Like 5'11" to 6'1". Diggs like almost 6'2". He is a big corner. That's a big corner, actually. Nahshon Wright is a unicorn. Like, they don't even come that big with ideal hips. You know what I'm saying? They might be that tall, but they ain't gonna have the hips for it. You know what I'm saying? You can't have everything you want. It's like the Lord said, okay, I'm gonna give you some height, but you ain't gonna be able to get no hips now. That's not a package deal. That comes sold separately, sir. So yeah, Nahshon, if he can show some good hip movement and, you know what I'm saying, short area quickness and being able to get in and out of his breaks, he'll be a unicorn for this team. You know what I'm saying? Because most tall corners, like most tall people, don't be able to do that well. That's why you see corners not being that tall. And then if you got a receiver that can do it, he's special. Like Mouse and them. You don't really see too many super tall receivers doing it either. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brian Gaines for the $4.99 for your mind, sir. I appreciate that. He says, keep growing, keep grinding. I appreciate the work you put in. Man, I appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you coming through from the trap. Hey, I told him, man, whenever y'all donate, man, that just tell me keep on trapping, landlord. Keep on trapping, and I'm going to do it for y'all. Now, this right here going to be a little simulation. Like, I want y'all to hold me accountable now. I'm off for a few days, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to kind of simulate how it would be if I was full-time making content. So I'm going to try my best to get out as much as I can for y'all. I want to see if y'all approve and accept it and like what I'm doing now. I'm going to be putting out a lot of content as much as I possibly can. You know, I'm out for a few days and I'm finna work this thing on out. Y'all going to see that grind. Y'all going to see how I really trend out.
Trap.
Y'all going to see how I really trap. I appreciate that, Miss Gina. Yeah, Trayvon 6'1", but I think he kind of like, you know how they be having them little miscellaneous inches in there, Kai. So he kind of like closer to 6'2" than 6'1". That, if I'm not mistaken. You know one thing too, Kai. If you ever played football before, and you know you gotta back me on this. They lie all the time on them measurables now. They lie all the time on them measurables. Micah A is gonna eat channeling Loud Nation, huh? I don't know what you mean. But look, somebody let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm lying. We used to lie all the time on them measurables. Like, people gonna be 6'2" when they really 6 feet. You gonna be 215 when you're really 200. Like, they lie on them sheets, man. They do. Time to hold Dan Quinn accountable. Hey, I been doing that. I did that at the beginning of the show. Ultra Cowboy, I don't know if you seen it, but I just said, like, why is he letting these wide receivers, these DBs be so aggressive in situations that it don't even call for it? We was up 10, sir. Y'all know, man. Look, what is your main objective? If you up 10 points, you trying to stop the big play. Like, you don't want to give up nothing deep. That's the first thing, bro. This is elementary football. Like, that's why I said, for our hope, we need to hope that Kevin Joseph just did what he wanted to do. Because if you got your DBs playing like that, bro, if you got your DBs playing aggressive like that with a 10-point lead late in the third quarter, you got to be a fool, man. I'm sorry. The absolute worst thing you could do is give up a quick score, and that's exactly what we did. Shout out to the bad influence, Mr. Swain in the building. You know, I know he up there doing nothing but nefarious things. I know my boy Swain getting real nefarious in there. Shout out to C. Burleson. You already know. Hey, see, the people that's new here, man, we building a little culture, man. You know, the team mom is absent today. You know, I don't know where she at. Miss Adika Charles. Then we got Swain, the Mr. Bad Influence. If Swain tell you to do anything, do not do it now. You know how we get down. Do not listen to Mr. Swain. That's my dog, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to him. He ain't gonna tell you nothing good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Miss Micah A says you don't panic when you are up 10. If you trade in points, they tread in water. Exactly. You don't have to do all that, sir. Like, your number one objective while you have the lead. This is common sense football 101. Your main objective as a DB, if you have the lead, is not to give up nothing deep. Like this is not rocket science, sir. This is not rocket science. Like it doesn't take all of that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Jenny said we do some nefarious things in the Trent House. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We always nefarious in the trap. You already know. Good grief. Somebody said, gosh. Hey, I like that too. Gosh. You might make me start saying that, Jameson Taylor. Good gosh. I don't know why I like those funny words like that. Yeah, that's something you gonna know about me, man, in the Trend app. I love talking with some crazy words. You might hear some of the craziest words you ever done heard in the trap. That's just how I do. But let me see what else y'all talking about. Hold up. I said I was gonna do a background check, but we pretty much know the Eagles played almost everybody we played. But let's see. Let's evaluate their schedule real quick. It ain't gonna take long. Let me see. Okay, they played the Lions. It was a close game, 38-35, you know. They putting up that on them, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Jared Goff was 21 for 27, 1 interception, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts threw no touchdowns that game, had 243. You know, I'll give you a what? What y'all grade him for that? Y'all get a C for that. They beat the stuffing out the Vikings. I think that was just, the Vikings was early. They ain't none of us now. They beat them 24-7. They wasn't none of us now. They wasn't none of us. They ain't like that now. But they did beat the Vikings. They ain't doing like we did. Y'all give me 1 second. I got an alarm from my door. Make sure the feds ain't coming in here. Okay, we good. We good in the trap. Had to take a look at the camera. I ain't want the feds to be coming rushing into place. You know what I'm saying? But they beat the Vikings 24-7. Then they beat the Commanders 24-8. So this is where they defensive ratings coming from. Look like from the Vikings and the Commanders holding them to 7 and 8. Like, okay, I mean, if you wanna ride home and make a story about that, that's on you, sir. You can do that. Okay, you can do that. I ain't taking it though. But they had a dog fight with the Jaguars too. They beat them though. You know, unlike us, unfortunately. Close game with the Cardinals. Like, this the difference between us and them. It look like we got way more dominant wins than they do. Like, most of their wins be like close or one-score games. That's what it looks like to me. Know what I'm saying? Just off looking at their background check for, like, over the overview of their background check. It looks like they've been in close games with bad teams. Like, you got 40 to, what, you went 27 to, hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. Somebody at my door. Let me see. Who is that? Huh? Who at the door? Okay, go on the porch then. All right. My children home, y'all know it's the holidays. They got friends coming over and stuff, you know. Just interrupting me rudely, but it's all good. We gonna rock it on out. But you know, you gotta have them cameras these days. It's holiday season. People be trying to scam you now. You can't let that happen. But yeah, you know, they beat us 17-26, unfortunately. You know, Cooper Rush game, you know. Then they beat the Steelers 35-13. That's a pretty big blowout, you know. I have to go review how that game actually went. I mean, the Steelers ain't talking about too much or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing that over there. Then they beat the Texans 29-17. I actually watched that game, and it was closer than the score said. So, you know, you do with that as you may. But one thing that's very disturbing, I seen the Colts game too. But one thing that I don't like is, why did nobody give the Eagles a hard time for losing to the Commanders, though? We don't lose to no Commanders over here. We don't lose to the Commanders. It don't matter who our quarterback is. We don't lose to them. That ain't what we do. You know what I'm saying? I know we played them late in the year. We probably going to bench somebody. Like, we probably going to bench our players. We don't lose to that team. But when the Eagles lost to them, this was an undefeated team, and they still didn't get drugged in the mud and water for this loss. Know what I'm saying? So let me know how that worked. The Cowboys lose to a team, the whole sky is falling. Everybody, it is mass hysteria. Everybody's going crazy, y'all. But you lose to the Commanders, who ain't even got nothing. Who was their quarterback? I don't even know who their quarterback was. Let's see, who their quarterback was. Like, they got a substitute teacher at quarterback, man. You already know. Shit. Taylor Heineke, they got an interim quarterback over there. That quarterback room is a revolving door. We already know that. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said Papa Heineke for Taylor Heineke. You know what I'm saying? Once they beat him. But they got a revolving door at quarterback in Washington, and you lose the game. He said Home Depot employee of the month at their quarterback. Yo, they quarterback work part-time at Walmart, and then he go back to Washington. Like, this is what's going on. So, y'all losing to a team like that, that's not acceptable to me. But we sit up here and dog the Cowboys for losing the game. Like, come on now. This a familiar opponent, too. Now, division games are different, but this the Commanders. We have no respect for them. We have no respect for them. Terry McLaurin ate them boys up. And that was that game I went on Twitter and said, man, that Terry McLaurin is cooking Darius Slay. Go back and watch that game, man. Darius Slay got cooked the whole game. Let that would have been Diggs. It would have been headlines everywhere. It would have been hysteria. Everybody would have went crazy. See, do y'all see the narratives I be trying to paint for y'all? This is why when you a real fan, you got to stand up for your players too, because they getting treated unfairly. And then a lot of these pessimistic Cowboy fans be right there sitting up feeding the fire for no reason. But they don't realize it ain't nothing but media bias. You see what I'm saying? Darius Slay got absolutely tormented against that boy Terry McLaurin that game, man. Let that would have been Diggs. But Diggs put clamps on him. Diggs put clamps on that young man, arrested. That's what Diggs do to him. But they want to praise Darius Slay like he's somebody when he got cooked that whole game. I watched that whole game now. Diggs give up one play and it's a problem. That boy got cooked by Terry McLaurin that whole game. And somebody challenged me on it. And it made no headlines. It made no mainstream pages. When nobody talking about that. When Diggs get hold to that boy, you don't hear from him. He be on a milk carton. Yeah, they said, they was struggling with stopping the run too, JB too. But now they been a little better. They did pretty decent against the Bears, other than Justin Fields. I mean, he had a field day. Justin Fields had a field day on him on the ground, but he do that against everybody. So, I mean, we just got to give it to him. He probably the second best running quarterback right now. Well, I think I did my list one time on screen. But, of course, it's Lamar Jackson. I don't even know if he healthy, but we know he the best. Then I put Justin Fields. And then Jalen Hurts. Like, we just got to give it to him. Then maybe Josh Allen. What y'all think? But I said this, when I counted out my rushing quarterback list, Dak was still top 10. So why we don't rush him? That's why Kellen Moore is an incompetent OC, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You don't even use the man. You don't even use the man. Know what I'm saying? If Dak can run the ball, like, these are the problems you see with your OC. If Dak can run the ball, why doesn't he run the ball more? I seen Kellen Moore using that 3 tight end set, but I don't like him using it like in the middle of the field. When you think that'll be more optimal to use that 3 tight end set in the red zone or something? Man, ain't nobody scared no 3 tight end set in the middle of the field. Like, let me know if I'm wrong. Even though we got explosive wide receivers, tight ends. But look, when he did that 3 tight end set, and it was like, what? We was at like the 35. We was on 835, and they sent him the shot on that wheel route. That's how you use it. You don't use it in the middle of the field on the other side of the field. Like, nobody's scared of that. We know you trying to run. And we know we're not going to give up a big play for you doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not scared of a 3 tight end set on our side of the ball. Like, that's not good. Like, we're not fearing that. Nobody's saying good grief seeing a 3 tight end set. Now, like I said, in the red zone, it's very effective. It's hard to stop because you can run from it and you can throw with 3 capable tight ends. But from our side of the field, it's not scaring nobody. So I would like to see him utilize that in the red zone. I would like to see him utilize Dak legs in the red zone. I would like to see him get Turpin or something on a couple of screens or Tony Pollard on the screen. Like, what happened to the screen game? We don't even do it no more. Y'all remember Dallas used to be so gangster with the screen game. Y'all don't remember that? Zeke running full field touchdowns on the screen. Like, we used to be so dangerous on the screen. Now, I don't understand why we're not using it as much because we got healthy young linemen almost. Like, we got a couple veteran on our line, but we got some athletic linemen. Like, why are we not using screens? You know what I'm saying? We should be running screens way more. Said RPO, some elements of surprise, damn it, Kelly. Man, you know. Don't get me started now. Don't get me started. You know what I'm saying? But he could have been doing a lot more. Like, and it's not meant. What's really frustrating is we know we got the talent. We know we got a lot of the things that we need to succeed. That's what is the most frustrating thing about Cowboy Nation. And I feel like I've been thinking about doing like a skit like Cowboy Counseling or something. Because we need a little counseling. Because think about this. We know for a fact that our team is one of the better teams in the league. We know for a fact that we got one of the better offenses in the league and defenses in the league. So that right there, if people are sold on the front office and the coaching staff, they gonna 1,000% believe in this team. Like, they gonna say, yo, we can go to the Super Bowl. Because if you looking at the players, we can. But when the problem arises, it's the coaching staff, it's the front office. These are the things that you can't see. They really not tangible. So when people talk about them, it sounds crazy. But those are the things that's been hindering us, in my opinion. So we need to find a way to get over that hump. And I feel like we can, you know what I'm saying? But the players probably going to have to win in spite of the coaching staff and the front office. It is what it is. I feel like we got enough talent to be able to do this, but they just going to have to overcome a lot. You know what I'm saying? Tony Simmons says play calling is suspect in critical moments, both sides of the ball. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Micah A says teams using screens and misdirection to slow down Cowboys pass rush. Got to mix it up. And another thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. When we first got Micah Parsons, the biggest thing that they wanted to talk about with Micah Parsons was his versatility. Man, I just looked at the whole game. They barely even moved Micah Parsons. He is almost exclusively a right defensive end. Know what I'm saying? Coming at the quarterback blind side. He goes to the left side sometimes, but most of the time, Micah is coming from the right side. Because you know they want to respect D-Law on the left side. So, like, why are you not utilizing his versatility? See, I was sold on that earlier because I wanted Micah to pass rush exclusively. But you know what? People kept telling me, oh, well, the offense will be able to game plan for him. He won't be as effective just coming from one spot. Well, why you doing it now? Want to know why Micah Parsons ain't been effective as he should be? He been getting double teamed because the offense been planning for him. Want to know why Micah Parsons ain't been getting sacks like he's supposed to? He been getting double teamed and chipped. Go watch the film, especially this last game. This boy was getting double team, triple team, and trip. Like, they was doing everything against him. And you know they letting him get away with holes and everything. And then you add on top of this man been hurt. He been dealing with issues, trying to overcome everything. And he's still one of the best pass rushers in the league. Like, This man been getting triple team, double team. They've been having tables, ladders, and chairs match about Micah Parsons now. So when people talk about why Micah Parsons ain't getting all these sacks like they desire and like he probably should be getting, it's because some of our other defensive ends and these linemen got to step up, y'all. I love my players just as much as the next person, but you got to step up. When Micah Parsons getting double teamed, D-Law, you got to get home, sir. You got to get home. When Micah Parsons getting double teamed and chipped, Sam Williams, you got to get there. Also, Digazua, you got to get there. Somebody has to beat their man one-on-one after that. Know what I'm saying? If Micah taking up this many blockers, this much of their offensive scheme is focused on Micah Parsons, somebody else got to show up and show out. It's bottom line. And that's why we've been slow the last couple games. Like, somebody asked me that question, how we fix the pass rush. The only way we can fix it right now is these other defensive ends and defensive linemen got to win their number one-on-one matchups. It's simple. That boy, Micah Parsons been getting a whole lot of attention. He been getting a whole lot of attention, and the other players been coming up short. Know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. They're going to have to step up. It's only so much Micah can do. Yeah, Hankins is missed. Dorrance Armstrong probably was kind of a little banged up. But Sam Williams, he's still young. He going to be a little inconsistent with him just being a young player. I probably wouldn't mind seeing Fowler get a little more. Know what I'm saying? He said, is Rush active? Yeah, the big guy we just picked up that played at the Eagles. We need to let him play this game. They like to turn up against their old team. We need to see what he can do. Where is Tack McKinley, sir? I bet money half of y'all forgot we even signed Tack McKinley, man. I bet half of y'all in this chat box forgot we even signed Tack McKinley. I ain't heard nobody in Cowboy Nation say this man's name until now. When is he gonna get out there? Hey, drop me a 1 in the chat box if I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Ain't nobody said this man's name in Cowboy Nation. Nobody. Where is this man gone? Like, I'm just being real. We done had this boy for about 3-4 weeks now. Where has he been? You know what I'm saying? I know we weren't expecting no whole lot from him, but Tack McKinley used to be a capable player. You mean to tell me he can't come in and step in and fulfill a role that we might need on this defensive line? Come on now. Like, y'all, we got to get real. We ain't even heard from Tack McKinley. And like you said, I can't think of the guy's name. I ain't even finna sit up here and lie to y'all. But his name Rush, the big guy that's named Rush, we need to put him in there. Shout out to OG Lokester in the building. He says, we have overstock of DEs, yet we move out limited linebacker room to DE. Sheesh. SMH. You said we have an overstock of DEs, yet we move out limited linebacker room to DE. Oh, you saying when we put Micah Parsons? Oh, his name Anthony Rush. Okay, but that's too much of a regular first name for me to remember. It had to be something, with a hyphen in it or something. But OG Loster says, I guess you explaining why we left put Micah Parsons as a defensive lineman when we needed linebackers. That's actually a good question, sir. I'm not gonna lie to you. But they sold us on Micah Parsons being this versatile player, so it never supposed to been official. See what I'm saying, OG Loster? It didn't supposed to be official. They slid this in here. And then all of a sudden, all we see is Micah getting defensive end reps. So that's a problem. Like, we have to challenge Dan Quinn too, bro. He got to be held accountable. He got to be held accountable. Think about this. his main focus in the beginning of the year, what they sold us on Micah Parsons, the queen of the chessboard. He can move everywhere. We can have him all over. What happened to Micah Parsons rushing in the A-gap and stuff? Like, we used to do stuff like that at the beginning of the year. Like, he's doing none of that. Why don't you put him at the linebacker position and let him rush on a delayed blitz or something? Like, you ain't doing none of that no more. Micah Parsons rarely even lined up at linebacker again. Like, I got to go back and look at the film to see if he even lined up at linebacker at all last game. So, like, when you talking about versatility, that's what you was selling us all year. And we don't see this man doing nothing but right defensive end. That's a problem. Then we sit up here and talk about Micah being like slacking or hurt and all of that. That's not the case. It couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? He said, gun to my head, who wins, Dallas or Philly? You already know who wins, sir. What's wrong with you? You in a Cowboy room. I am very confident in my team winning this game. Real talk. I want all the smoke. I won't give you a second to think that I feel like my team finna lose against y'all, because I noticed that you are eager. So I want you to know, yes, we are going to beat y'all. Maybe by double digits. Micah H says A-gap blitz is what get it turned up and popping if they can't stop it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to use Micah as a versatile player. He says you're in a Super Bowl. You have a choice, Dak or Hurts. Of course it's Mr. Dak Prescott. Is you crazy? Bro, look. I seen that Super Friends, that big time show they did yesterday. It was a great show. We had Law on there, Boss on there, and a couple of eager content creators. And what I wanted to say was, boy, it's beautiful that y'all just have this, this magical belief in Jalen Hurts. And like, cause I've been there before. I actually believed in this man. James Strickland, listen to me. I'm from Alabama, bro. I know Jalen Hurts when he was here. He has got better, but he's not who you think he is. I want you to know that. Y'all have a great team around him, which masks a lot of his flaws. When the going gets rough and tough, and the tough get going, you gonna see who he truly is. And I had to come to that realization as a fan, and he let me down. That's what happened. So I'm scarred. Like, I can't see Jalen Hurts the way everybody else see him until he show me. He gonna have to do this against my team. And he gonna have to do it for a couple of years, not just 1 year. Anybody can have a hot year. You know what I'm saying? Look at Young Jock. Come on now. Anybody can have a nice year. You know what I'm saying? Shit. There's so many one-hit wonders in the world, sir. Y'all up here beating your chest, but this man had one good year. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all need to temper y'all expectations, sir. I think y'all need to hold y'all horses with this Jalen Hurts train. He playing good football, but like my brother Boss Cowboy, shout out to him, he says this young man is having a Dak Prescott rookie year. And y'all sitting up here beating y'all chest, standing on the mountaintop, howling like y'all some wolves or something. This man got 22 touchdown passes. I don't want to hear all of that. I don't want to hear all of that. But y'all beat y'all chest about this man like he is Patrick Mahomes or somebody. Bro, he's having a great season, okay? But him being a great quarterback, that's still yet to be seen. You know what I'm saying? He has to prove this over time. Like, we don't just anoint people. Most of the time when you anoint somebody after 1 year, you be dead wrong every time. You be dead wrong. It's a few cases where you can like crown somebody after a first year and then it be true. Micah Parsons was one of the few. Dak Prescott was one of the few. Who else? It ain't many people that had a great year coming out and then they just ended up being great too. Excuse me. It don't work like that most of the time. So I think y'all need to, man, we gonna get y'all some humble pie. Don't worry about it. We gonna get y'all some humble pie. Don't worry about it. Cause look, what has Jalen Hurts done against the Cowboys? What he did against us. I don't care about what he doing against the other guys. What he did against us. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? He got this one win against Cooper Rush and a couple more backups. But when that coming now, you understand? We gonna see what's happening for real then. We gonna see what's happening for real. It ain't gonna just be talk. It's gonna be for real. Cause look, this right here let y'all know, Cowboys. They all in our chat box because they know that win was fraudulent. It don't sit right in their soul that they won that game. They know that it's a problem. They like, man, we won, but that but is in their soul, y'all. They feel that it's not legitimate. They know this. They know that when the real mighty Cowboys they played. They know that. They know they weren't playing the real Cowboys. They know that. That's why they so in their feelings, y'all. That's why they trying to convince theyself. This is self-counseling right here, y'all. This is self-counseling. They trying to cope with their own fears, y'all. That's what they doing. We're gonna beat y'all. Rawr. Look, I promise y'all, if Jalen Hurts wouldn't have played this football game and the Cowboys would have beat them, when I tell you I would have been so lackluster, I wouldn't have been in here running and strutting my stuff. We are expected to beat that team without Jalen Hurts. I expect us to beat them with them. You know what I'm saying? Them boys was beating on their chest. Them boys was doing everything in the world beating the Cowboys with a backup quarterback. I would not be all that happy to beat no team with a backup quarterback, sir. All this smoking, you lose, will be priceless. Hey, I'm a real fan. I'm a real man at that. I'm willing to stand on it. If I lose, I lose, but I'm going to still be here, sir. Where will you be? Will you be revisiting the chat box? I want to make sure. I want everybody in here to remember him. Because when the Cowboys come up here and beat the stank out of these boys, will Mr. James Strickland be back making an appearance? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to know. Huh. Come up in the trap talking that craziness to me, sir. You must don't know where you at. You must don't know where you at. I spared you and didn't let my shooters get at you now. We let you in here. Now go sit down somewhere now. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Go sit down somewhere. Go in the corner now. Shout out to Stargaze in the building. Hey, y'all tell that boy go sit in the corner somewhere now. Don't play with me. That ain't how we do over here in the trap. You don't know where you at. This ain't ESPN, sir. We don't have no rules over here, sir. We don't do that. We don't do that. Hey, I stand on mine. Are you gonna stand on yours, sir? That's what I want to know. Will you be here? Will you be here Sunday? Because I will. Win, lose, or draw. Landlord gonna be in the building. We gonna be trapping. You know, I'm built a little different. Now, you get to talk behind a page that nobody could be able to see you and stuff like that. And then, you know what I'm saying? And fade away into the sunset after y'all get beat to sleep. You understand? But I ain't got the liberty to do that. You understand? So if we lose or we get beat by 100 points, Landlord gonna be right here facing it, taking it like a grown man that I am. And that's how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Stargazer said, you up, man. I want to know your honest opinion on him. Huh. You will never get honesty from these Eagles. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no honesty from them. I love it, though. I love it. Yeah, we transparent in the trap house. This thing see-through here. This thing see-through here. Hey, he said D-Law. You mean Law Nation? Hey, it don't, man, look, man, I'm here. Don't talk about my brother either. You about to get searched in the tree now. Don't talk about my boy now. Don't talk about my people. We support everybody over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate you coming through though. This was very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you know. Hey, it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all pulling up, coming through, stopping by in the trend out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody coming through. Marcus Williams says, Landlord, the Cowboys not going to win with Kellen Moore calling plays. He is the true meaning of a Trojan horse. Also, Philadelphia is not our Super Bowl. It's definitely not our Super Bowl. I would never say a thing like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't that important now, sir. No, if we lose this game, I'm still feeling like we can go to the Super Bowl. Well, I'll be honest, it depends on how we would. If we was to lose, it'll depends on how that loss looks. You know what I'm saying? If it's a close game, I'll be like, okay, we still good. If it's a blowout, I'll be angry. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna come in here. I probably curse everybody out that day. That'd probably be my last week on YouTube. If we get blowed out, I'm cussing like a drunken sailor. I'm telling you that right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be real. You gonna get the real me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I operate, I could be up here talking like Landlord from, from Connecticut or something. But I give y'all the real me. I want to stay as close to my real self as I possibly can on this internet without getting canceled, y'all. So you gonna see who I am. This is who I am. This is me. That's why I'm so comfortable with it. But you already know, man. Even though we got haters like James Strickland in the building, you know what I'm saying? We already know. That lets you know that we are the greatest. Shout out to everybody coming through, pulling up, stopping by in the trend out. Like Swain says, we $75 fish plates in the back. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
And this is greatness defined. Every line is divine.
Y'all please hit that like button, share button for your boy.
No matter how much
let me know you want me to keep on track.
I don't know why they so obsessed with mine. I'm all they think about.
We the
Go in
great.
their house, they probably got my pics in a shrine.
Let's go.
I never let these play me. They see us ballin', now they wanna switch teams like KD. I know my time coming, I guess I'ma wait and see.
That's what's up, James. This all good sports talk, my brother.
Me with my egotistical ways, but
I never wish no ill will on my people.
I never paid attention to what most to say. They words are unimportant like prepositional phrase. They wanna see me crash and burn in a ridiculous blaze, but yet I rise like the phoenix. Show me cause I'm great enough. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. We'll take a seat, I do it for the family. So
shout out to you, Thomas
Grammys. And if you try to stop me, you need a plan.
I appreciate that, Nicky. Thank you, man.
For the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. The goal gets the odds, go hard.
Cowboy Nation, we win.
Until you make it. Show 'em all you the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
Young poet got flow flowing, it's mind blowing. I'm flamboyant when brainstorming, that's fair warning. For my opponents that will be mourning before the morning.
I'm finna be rocking out. I got a lot of content I'm trying to come with y'all, man. Go watch that short with Trayvon Diggs saying that he's like that. Go check that short out I just dropped. Film session coming soon. Let's go. Hit that like button. Yes, sir, Jack the Jeff. Let's go.
So I gotta pay homage to the hood to show my gratitude. And then my attitude is similar to an animal. These niggas ain't half as cool.
I got different levels to tap into.
I am the truth.
Let's
to
go.
know that I kill it. These are God level lyrics. I should be on Mount Olympus. My music therapeutic to the real spirit, like it came from ancient Kemet. Ain't nobody messing with me. I'm the great. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. We'll take a seat.
Hit that like button for the squad.
Bring the block to
it will not charge a card. Let's go. Hit that share button too, man, on Facebook.
I just do it for the real.
Please.
If you ain't from the bottom,
all of your help and efforts will be appreciated. Let's go.
Let the doubters see you make it.
I'm the greatest. Let's go, man. Hey, y'all already know. I go by Landlord from Alabama. Your plug for everything about America's team. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.